Love, Truth, and Power podcast, where men are talking. And today we're talking the magic of mom. Let's get into it. We're going to give a shout out to our mothers. My supercast is with me, Mr. Page, Darryl Page, and Mr. Isaac McKay. So we'll do a segment briefly on celebrating and recognizing our mothers real quick. Knowing your mother's character, what is a gift that she would appreciate most? Isaac, I'll start with you.
A card. My mom loves cards.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
So
that.
just a card.
I like
She loves the cards and then putting your own little note. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying?
Correct.
Yeah, but she's a card person. So
I like
my mom
that.
loves cards.
I like
Yeah.
that. Mr. Page.
Mine has always been just to be in her, just for me to be there.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
You know, that's it. It's like, when I was far away or whatever, the phone call work,
Mm-hmm.
but if you actually had the opportunity, to actually be there with her on Mother's Day, I wouldn't have to give her anything else.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, I have to piggyback off both you guys. My mother loves cars. She loves you to write
That's my mom.
what you're feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and when you're with her or speaking with her, to
Yeah.
be in the moment with her.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the thing that she loved the most, and that I appreciate also.
Yeah.
My favorite moment with me and my mom would have to be whenever I was a little kid. And she would go to my football games. And it would sound like somebody was screaming bloody murder from the stands. And I go and I look over and I see that it's my mom.
What is your mother's signature dish? The one dish that she cooks that is superb, Mr. Page.
Them dressings. Ooh.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, my mom would, the whole, not just the neighborhood, the town, anybody having an event,
Mm-hmm.
the one thing they want my mother to make is, we from down south, we don't do stuffing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Dressing.
I'm talking
Dressing.
dressing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her signature dish, no one could make dressing better than my mom.
Yeah.
Isaac,
I gotta say the same thing, man.
it's the dressing.
For me, yeah, it's the
It
dressing.
ain't the stuffing.
It's dressing and her macaroni and cheese. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I got a sweet tooth. It's that banana pudding.
Yeah.
You already know.
That's it.
That banana pudding and sweet potato pies.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I get hungry thinking about it.
Yeah,
right?
man.
She used to make a mean sweet potato pie.
Oh
too,
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
It was everything Mama made,
It's
right?
everything,
It's
bro.
everything.
It's hard to pick one dish
We
from
trying
both.
to squeeze
Yeah.
one in, but it's
hard.
I had to go with the dressing though.
Yeah, it's hard to pick one dish from Mama, man, because the greens, everything.
greens is so good, man. She bring them down here when she comes. Mama freeze them green. Bring me some green. I don't care if it's a handful.
Yeah.
So
Happy Mother's Day to my mom, first of all, and all the mothers in the family. Greatest characteristic I think my mom has is her strength. My mom's incredibly strong. She's passed that down to me, so I'm just as strong. But she gets it from her mother. So I think that that's probably the one thing that I cherish the most about her. Second best memory I have with her, I can't harp on one specific memory, but I do have a feeling of when she would take me to soccer practice after working 8-10 hours, and she would sit out there, rain, sleet, or snow, and watch me play. And I think that's probably my favorite memory I have with her, are the feeling of, knowing that she's there, watching me, forever thankful. So happy Mother's Day to my mom, and all the mothers, happy Mother's Day. Love you.
So what is one of your mother's childhood dreams, Isaac?
Wow. I don't know.
What is mom? What does she talk about? You know, moms, we hear conversations. And let me say, I think for me, one of my mother's childhood dreams was to go to school and go to college and complete it. I think that was one of her dreams growing up, that I can recollect, is going to school and being able to finish school.
Yeah.
You know, for me.
I can tell you, I think her, if I had to say a dream that she had was to make sure that she owned a home or had bought a home that provided us a place to come to and gather to say, hey, this is home.
Yeah.
And lead, to give us that, because growing up, it was quite a few of us, and we didn't, you may do what you had, yeah.
Absolutely.
But her thing was, let me make sure I give a place where my kids can come and gather and call home, and
I love that.
Yeah. Now listening to y'all talk, I know one of the conversations my mom and I have a lot. She always talk about how poor, as far as when she was coming up as a child.
Yeah.
My grandma had 11 kids, right? And so how she would have to go to school hungry at times, and she always tell the story about one of my great aunts was a teacher, so she would make sure that they ate when she got to school, and she always wanted to make sure that her kids, one of her dreams was just to make sure that everybody was well taken care of.
Yeah,
and that's always been a big thing to her, just make sure everybody's successful, man.
I love it. I love it.
First of all, I would like to say Happy Mother's Day to everybody. The thing I admire about my mother the most is she did an amazing job with me and my sister. She helped build the foundation for me and my sister to become the most independent and confident people. But she did that with kindness and love, and she never asked for anything back. She was a very strong woman, and I couldn't ask for a better mother. So, Mother, Happy Mother's Day. I love you so much, and I miss you so much.
What is your absolute favorite memory with your mom, Isaac? I know it's many.
Oh, bruh.
It's many.
I will tell y'all, we all grew up in a time where you take your kids everywhere with you.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite memories that I share with everybody when we get to talking about music is the greatest gift my mom ever gave to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen Parliament Land the Mothership. I've seen the Commodores. I've seen Cameo. I mean, anybody in the 70s and 80s. I went to all them concerts as a young kid. My mom took me with her. So I think one of the greatest gifts that she ever gave me was just the love for music, man. That's my memory, man.
Wow.
Yeah, music, man.
That's awesome, man.
Her listening to them albums.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's where we get it from.
That's where I get it from.
Yeah.
That's, man.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Yeah. Mr. Page.
I would have to say, I mean, there's many things,
Mm-hmm.
but if I had to single out something, I would probably have to go with the fact that she instilled, it was 5 boys.
Mm-hmm.
So the one thing my mom always told us as males, don't depend on nobody for anything.
Mm-hmm.
So she made sure that we could take care of ourselves. And what I mean by that is, I'm talking the washing, the cleaning, the cooking, that
Do
type
all
of
that.
thing. Yeah.
Do all that.
And guess what? You had to do it there at home.
Yeah,
My mom went
that
to
was
work.
a choice.
And she would say, she came home, she said, there's no reason why I should go work all day
And then come
home and have to cook.
It'd be a
And
misunderstanding.
and you all are here all day, you need to learn to cook. And that was one thing she did. Learn to take care of yourself and not have to depend on a woman to wash, clean, cook, or do that. Do that stuff yourself.
That was awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I have very vivid memories of that. For me, and I never even shared this with my mother, but when she would be in the kitchen making biscuits, and when mom would be in the kitchen, and I know we never even talked about this, she's humming and singing everything.
Oh yeah.
And not knowing, for me, hot biscuits and syrup was my favorite meal growing up.
Shut your
we
mouth.
was in high heaven, you hear me?
Shut your mouth.
And I would watch my mama from my room listening to her humming and singing and making that fresh biscuits, man. That's all I knew. And we would sit down, and it was that was, man, I'm in hog heaven, man.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Yeah.
that was one of the times just watching her, and she's singing and humming and singing hymns and getting to the Lord and whatever she felt like singing at the time. And that was one of my...
You wasn't buying no biscuits back then.
No, you weren't buying them.
No, absolutely not.
It was fresh, bro.
A mi madre, las personas que creció, las crió, jugueteando con nosotros cuando estábamos pequeños, correteándonos en esa casa de la 23 en Brownsville, Texas, con una manguera en la mano, pero echándonos agua, no pegándonos. Son muchas cosas, mamá. De parte mía, madre, yo la estimo, la quiero, la adoro mucho. Ya mi padre ya se fue. Usted pudo haberse lavado las manos y haber dicho, huercos, ya terminé con ustedes.
So what is one of the things that you learned from your mother that you use in your own life today, Ms. Page?
The love and respect women. It's one thing. My mom always, you know, she always talked to us about respecting each other, respecting other people. But definitely when it came down to even though growing up, you know, it was girls then, you know, you respect them, you know, they young ladies, and you show them that you show them a certain level of respect that, you know, regardless of when you're hanging out with your friends or whatever, but you show her a little more respect. And that today, I still hold that in, when it comes down, I have when it comes down to our, you know, not just our wives and things, but just females and women in general, I have a high level, I just have a level of respect for them that, and I know I get it from her. It was, you know, I mean, I had no choice but to respect her.
Correct. We know that's true.
but not only, it wasn't just, she instilled in it wasn't just about respecting her as a woman and as your mother, but just respect women,
She's teaching
period.
you how to respect women.
Yeah.
We're going to elaborate on that in our next session. Isaac,
For me, it would be probably the way my mom nurtured and just the affection and love that she showed, like in our family. You know what I'm saying? The way she showed it to my father, but the way she cared for us as kids. You know, my siblings, and so I find myself like with my children, I did the same thing. They always knew that they was loved, and we show each other affection, and that has to be one thing that I always seen her do that I know I brought forward and do with my children as well. Just the way I handle my children.
Correct. And I'm going to piggyback off of that because that's one of the things that I learned from her is the way that she kept us together. It was 7 of us, but the
Family
way that,
first.
that she kept us together and she kept us in tune, not only with her, but with one another and how we loved each other. And it shows so much today with me and my siblings, the love that we have for each other.
Yeah.
You know, it's the way that she brought us up and the way that she kept us together. She kept us as a unit.
That's it.
And that's the way that we were raised, and that's the way we are today.
And that's the way
You
we
know,
are today, man.
and,
Same thing.
What a valuable lesson that my wife, I love her to death because she pushes that with my girls. You know, you guys are all you have at some point. You know, you got to stick together. You got to love one another. You're not going to like everybody all the time, including each other, but you got to love one another and respect them and stick together.
Yep.
So that was one of the things that stuck out to me growing up.
What's your favorite memory with your mom?
My favorite memory with my mom, of course, is gonna be the mother-son dance at my wedding. That was an extremely important moment in my life, and handing over her baby boy to my lovely wife. So that was a great moment. Just being able to see that type of happiness and put a smile on my face was very heartwarming and touching. It's an everlasting memory I never forget. So, that being said, happy Mother's Day, Mom. Love you. Hope you enjoy your day, beautiful.
What is the thing your mama likes that money cannot buy?
Wow.
What is the thing mama likes that money cannot buy? I'm gonna start with Isaac.
That's a good question. At this stage in my mom's life, I would say every chance she get to have all of her siblings and grandkids in the house at the same time. Her kids and grandkids. I think that would probably be one of the things that
money can't buy
money
that.
can't buy that.
No,
Just
can't buy that.
me being away for so long, my whole military career, just to be able to go home and just be there. Like, you know, like Daryl said, you know what I'm saying? Just to be there. And so I think that's one of the things that your money can't buy that. That happiness that she feel when she got all her children in the house at the same time.
Correct.
If I had to, I would have to say the one thing that she would probably cherish the most that money can't buy is seeing us supporting each other,
That's good.
sticking together. The you know, from a sibling standpoint, because at the end of the day, family is all you got. You know, so I think it warms her heart to know that, and she said this on several occasions. You know, hey, you know, one day I'm gonna close my eyes, and when that day come, I need to know that y'all will be together, that y'all will stand by each other and take care of each other. That right there, money can't buy that.
That's awesome, and it looks at the structure of mothers, right? Because I got to piggyback again. Is I think the one thing for her is the joy and the success of her kids, to see that, to see that we're doing well. You know, especially for my mom, you know, with 7 of us, but to see that your children are doing well, because that's the most important thing I think they want, is for us to be you know, have some
They
joy
want
in
to
your
know
life.
that you can take care of
You can
yourself.
take care of
That's it.
yourself
Yeah.
when they're no longer here.
That's it.
And of course, you know, bringing Christ into your life.
Mhm.
I think that's the biggest thing for her that I can see.
Si me ve o no me ve, como quiera, usted sabe bien que la estimo, la quiero mucho. Que pasen buen Día de las Madres y usted en compañía de mi abuelita.
Happy Mother's Day. My favorite memory of my mother has to be probably when my son was born. It was a long process with labor and everything. The whole time my mother was there. My son's mother actually requested to have my mom's in the room with us. And she just kept me calm. She was like that perfect medium that I needed, that we both needed. Just on one of her son's biggest days of his life, she was right there with me the whole time. And it was everything to me. I don't think I would have got through it with a level head if it wasn't for my mother. And which is also kind of turns to my favorite characteristic. My mother is very calm no matter what. She's cold-blooded. She never folds under pressure. Just whatever you need, whether it's just in tone or whatever it might be, she always knows what to say. You'll never see her get above a 3, which I really appreciate. She's the calmest soul I know, and it was a perfect balance growing up. I really appreciate my mom. She don't say much, but she doesn't need to. Her presence alone is just a big enough impact. So yeah, thanks, Mom. I love you. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Appreciate it.
So, Mr. Page, how do you show your mother that you love her?
Ooh.
How do you show Mama all the love we're giving to him right now? How do you show her that you love her?
Sometimes it's just a simple phone call.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's not at this day and age. It's not about the tangibles,
Correct.
things of money.
Correct.
It's not about that now. Nowadays, it's a simple fact of just hey mom, how you doing? You doing okay? Just calling. I'm about to head to work, about to go to work, whatever. That and she'll say it. Well, I'm just glad to hear your voice. And to me,
And that's what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear, right?
That's
That's
it.
what we want to hear.
I think that just fills our heart.
Yeah.
Just to know that I'm just calling to check in, just to say hi.
Yeah,
That's it.
as you talk to him.
I was gonna say the same thing, man. I talk to my mom every day. We go no more than one day in between conversations, and just the fact that that she answers and I answer, and just to talk. Sometimes I call her and she be in the kitchen. I say I don't want nothing, I just want to hear your voice right quick.
Yeah.
On my way to the gym.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Checking
just checking on. Just the fact that we call and check in. She always says, "Give me my flowers while I'm here, not at my gravesite."
Yeah. You're
And so
right.
that's what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We just you always let her know that you loved and you love her.
And sometimes just to and I don't do it as often as I should, but just say thank you.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
That's it
Yeah,
right there.
and you're right. You're
That's it.
absolutely
Yeah.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I need to practice also.
Me
to
too.
Let it know.
Yeah.
Good, I
You
appreciate
know,
you.
I appreciate you.
that I love you and I appreciate you. And sometimes it's just calling mama just to listen.
That's it.
Yeah.
To have some, so she can have somebody
Right,
that's
to talk.
listening
Yeah.
to,
That's what I do.
you know how people when they get older they want to talk, and I'm here. I want to listen. I want to hear. Let me be that sponge for you, mama. Let me soak up everything that you have to say.
That's it, man.
You
Most
know,
of our conversations be about that, and I always I like to talk about family.
everything.
History.
Give me my history.
Give me my history.
And my mother is famous for it, and I
That's mine.
love it because you're telling me things that I can pass on.
Yep, that's mine.
When my kids ask me or my grandson, that now I know
Mm-hmm.
I can do that.
Yep, that's mine.
But and that's how I show her, and let her know just by staying in contact with her and just calling just to say, hey, Mom, I love
That's
you.
it.
And I just want to hear your voice. Let's talk.
That's it.
So a characteristic of my mom that I would say would be my favorite would just be how much she gives. And not even just like charity type of stuff, but also her heart. Like she gives her heart to anybody that's willing to take it. She's just a naturally giving person. So if she only has $20, she'll give you 15 of those dollars just to make sure that you're good to go. And I've always seen that in her as I've grown up, and that's something that I've tried to take from myself or take from her and fulfill in my life, is to always be sure that I'm giving people something, whether that's money, whether that's personality, humor, and I really look up to her for always being a giving person.
Last and final question before we move on to something else. What is the one thing that you want your mother to know? Isaac.
Couldn't have made it where I'm at without it. We've came a long way from thumbing rides on highway number 9 trying to get uptown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Just, we said it earlier, man, just to know that I'm thankful and that I appreciate her and everything that happened from beginning to now made me who I am right now.
This is gonna air on Mother's Day, so hopefully we can share it with our moms.
Yeah,
But
and no, I thank her, man. I thank you for always being there, and probably most of all, man, for never giving up on her son, man. Because all them years when I was out there, bro, I know my mama was praying for me.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah.
What was that question again?
What is the one thing you want your mama to know? Oh, you're good. You're good, Isaac.
Okay. The one thing I want my mom to know is that I'm good.
I like that.
I like that too.
I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah. You ain't gotta worry about me no more. You gave me the foundation. You did what you did your thing in raising me and getting me to the point where I am now. And now you can go. You can rest. I'm good.
Rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like that.
Yeah, I love that. Wow,
What
man.
about you?
It's so much,
I know,
right?
man.
It's so much, but the one thing I want her to know, and I've said it before, briefly, is that if I had the chance to do it all over again, I wouldn't change a thing.
That's dope, man. Yeah. Like I said, made us who we are.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change a thing.
The early years of
the many lessons that we didn't really recognize until we got older.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Right?
Man, please.
Now we're like, I get it.
I get it.
I get it now.
I get it. I get it.
You know, I get it. I know why she did this. Now I see in my kids.
Yeah.
Now I understand. You know, and I always talk about at work with my guys. I'm like, you know what? You know, we always sit back and say, you know, I want my kids to have better and more than what I did. And then when I look back, I'm like, well, I ain't had it too bad. I ain't had much, but I ain't need much.
I ain't need much.
I ain't need much.
I had clothes. I had a roof over my head.
And you
I've never been home.
Yes, you know what?
And a family that love me.
Yeah.
Bruh, and that's one thing I can always say. When I hear people, we talk, they grow up and they say, I remember when I was hungry. I don't ever remember. I've never been hungry.
She would have never let us go home.
Never, man. Yeah, it was never day
first.
Yeah,
that I know.
Yeah, that I know. Never a day in my life, man, that I can't relate to that when people say, I remember eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Not me.
And it's crazy. I'm like, I couldn't even imagine that.
Yeah, I never go hungry. My mom make sure
peanut butter and jelly was a snack.
That was a snack. That wasn't no dinner.
That wasn't a meal.
Until we got to the meal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the other thing is that how they kept us, right? Because for me personally, I'm going to say this, hopefully I don't offend anyone, I didn't have any fat friends.
Yeah.
Because we ate well. We didn't eat a lot of meat. We didn't have a lot of red meat.
Yeah.
Couldn't afford it.
Couldn't afford it.
You know, I didn't know what eating out was and all that. We ain't do all that.
Well, in my hometown,
We ate vegetables, we ate rice, a lot of beans. We ate healthy.
Yeah.
And my friends around me, they were the same. We stayed outside running and playing.
That's the thing.
And that's what Mama kept us.
That's the
Keep
thing.
you busy. So
your leftovers was the bacon that we didn't eat for breakfast that morning.
Come on,
you know what I'm
sardines
saying?
and the grits.
Yeah,
You know.
and biscuits. You know what I'm saying? They were leftovers.
Boy, you get me hungry now.
Boy, what?
Woo. Ooh.
Yeah,
But
man.
it's so much, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
And again, happy Mother's Day.
Yeah,
happy
they
Mother's
are
Day.
worthy to. I mean,
Oh,
they just
man.
because I mean, you and I and kind of in the same boat.
Correct.
You know, the single
Correct.
mom in the
Yeah.
house raising.
Yeah,
It was
raising.
7 of us.
Correct.
And, you know,
Yeah,
really it was
same.
8 of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
You know, but she made it work. She
made
figured it out.
work.
You know.
And we sit back and we think about it. I mean, and I always say to myself, could I raise 7 kids now? I'm exhausted thinking about it.
Favorite thing about mommy, Maddox?
My favorite thing about mommy is I love her. She's my bestie, and can't wait to see her Saturday. Bye, Mom. Happy Mother's Day, Mommy. Happy Mother's Day, Mommy. Happy Mother's Day, Mommy. And I love you so much.
Thanks for watching. Happy Mother's Day.